It's just like had such a fucking great television directing career. And then she was able to take time to like make her own work. And of course, she wanted that work to be successful, but it wasn't her primary way of making an income. So she was able to like have a lot of freedom, creative freedom with that. And yeah, she was just like nailing it always. And it was really great to be able to, you know, send her my script. She watched a cut of I Used to Go Here and gave me feedback. And yeah, I miss her. I think about when I have professional quandaries, I often, when I have personal quandaries too, but often with professional quandaries, I'm like, damn, I wish I could ask Lynn. Yeah, she was the nicest, friendliest, badass you'll ever meet.
I hope that people see real people in my films and not just one-dimensional, you know, caricatures that are supposed to represent certain communities. The way I wrote and created Olivia and the world of lingua franca is that these people with their depth and complexity and humanity leap through the screen and, you know, into the hearts and minds of audiences as living, breathing people. And that I hope people who watch lingua franca and films like it are able to engage with the themes and the issues that they tackle on a deeper and more profound level.
Writing or editing or whatever it is from these hours of the night, like I don't regret anything I did, and I also don't think I I don't know if it would have happened if I didn't sort of run my body into the ground. But I think that just at least understanding that that is something that is very well likely to happen is your body feeling like wrung out like a towel. I wish I had known that going into it, because I think it would have made me just treat myself with a little more care, because I think that it's easy to get down on yourself and hard on yourself when things aren't working out, because for a first time feature and for an indie, there's always shit that's not working out. And I think I don't know, if I knew that this was going to be a long process, especially even through post, just getting to the final finish line, if I knew that I was going to feel as shitty as I did, just physically and mentally, I might have gone a little easier on myself.
You have to, in the Groundlings, you have to write and you have to create your characters. And that was my strong suit, was characters and writing. I was not the best improviser. Improvising, you really have to trust yourself, and I'm not going to do that. I am not going to trust myself. I like to prepare.
Yeah.
And so, but it enabled me to be able to take care of myself once I got on SNL. I never thought I was, I never thought in a million years. I moved to Los Angeles to get in the music business. I worked at A&M Records. And then I took these classes and my world just opened up. I would have never dreamt so big, ever. Yeah. And then when I kept making it through the courses, I was like, wait a minute. And people were getting dropped, and I was just like, I think I might be good at this.
You're only now having certain conversations about specifically what consent even is. So what feels important for you to, like, I mean, you sort of clarified just now, but I'd like to get even more specific for those who maybe don't know, or maybe we should, talk to health teachers in high school or junior high school, like middle school.
The main thing is that it's a moment by moment decision. That's like what consent is. It's not a like end all be all. Okay, I said yes once, and that means yes forever. And like that was actually something when I was workshopping it and writing it before we even like raised money to produce it, that I was talking to certain men who were older, maybe like 40s and 50s. One person said to me, well, if you slept with them the first time, then like the second time's okay, right? And I literally had to be like, no, it's not. If the person ever says no or stop, that is non-consensual. Then I recently had somebody of the same demographic say to me, well, but if a girl goes back to a guy's apartment, then that's just like the sign that they're going to have sex. And I was like, no, it is not.
Wow.
No, it is not. Literally, this was like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, wow, how is this happening? And someone in the entertainment industry too. But it was an opportunity for me to be like, no, that's not true. Like it, you need to express consent, and it's not just like a hesitant, like, yeah, sure. It's supposed to be like a hell yes, let's do it. Like it's an enthusiastic yes. Yeah. So I think those are the two things. It has to be an enthusiastic yes. And also like it is a moment by moment thing, and either parties can change their mind at any time. And you need to be able to listen to that person and, care enough about other human beings to them first.
And so it was just a great moment. So to you, is there a female gaze?
I think, yes, absolutely. I think I'm a kind of a hypersensitive person, whether that's because I'm a woman or an artist or I go to therapy or something, I don't know. But so inserts like that, like touching feet or something, it really is like when like you're falling in love, like it really is like how you feel. And I like when your feelings are, when you can accentuate those feelings like as a shot and just like focus in on those things. I also just like love small details. Like I don't even watch many action movies at all. I think they're really boring. But for like small movies where like the characters like touch hands for the first time, I'm just like, oh, holy shit.
Because the way we're shown, and so I wanted to say, no, we're real people and this is our story, so this is what I want to tell.
So I encourage you to submit to the lab when you do it to Sundance, when you get to that stage. And then I just wanted to ask about Duke, the name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Duke means sibling in my language. My language is Siletluk. So we don't really have a specific term for sisters or brothers, and the original title of Duke was sisters. But I really wanted to incorporate my language, which I'm trying to learn at this moment. So I titled it Duke. Originally, the goal was to have all of it translated in Siletluk. Unfortunately, we are recovering our language, so that was a longer process. But I'm hoping the feature will be able to be in our language.
Well, lovely.
Because, society sees, Black males a certain way. I wanted them specifically to dress up how they would dress up in their regular day lives. I wanted them to know that when they're walking down the street, what you're wearing, you're still a king. You don't have to have a crown and a robe to represent that. But when I watch it internally, sometimes when you write, and I feel like with the Duke, I even saw that when you write, your ancestral being comes into it. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that, yet I told them to be themselves. I see like leaders within them. Like I see Malcolm X, I see Martin Luther King, and you don't realize like all these people are what inspired me, us. And yet when I'm looking at it, I'm telling them to be them, but I'm seeing great giants that came before us.
Yeah, working with such a big ensemble of actors who, well, some of them had done some stuff in the past, but most of them were non-professional actors, which was, a good challenge, a welcomed challenge, and just, a brilliant experience to have had because they were so eager and like threw themselves like so fully into the experience as well. So yeah, overall, it was
really nice casting as well. It just felt, so often you see teenage movies where, the teenagers are a little long in the tooth. So, sort of are like the 30-year-old teenagers. But so it was really nice to see young people playing young people.
Yeah, they're all teenagers. They're all the actual age that they're playing, not 25 or 30.